Okay, the second step of the process after we have our elevation shot in and we have our main line marked is we are going to run our mainline wire. For this particular example, we're using a 12.5 gauge high tensile wire. We have the wire set up on our wire jenny. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pull in our mainline wire. We're also going to be using gripples to secure the mainline wire during this process. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull our mainline wire in. As I had mentioned in the first step of the process, we want to make sure that we run our wire underneath our nail so that if a limb falls across this particular anchor, it will pull this pipe off the nail and shouldn't break our mainline wire. So we're going to continue to take our wires down to our end tree. What we are using around our tree to protect our tree is simply a piece of 1-inch mainline wire. I like to tack my pipes in place with a small nail so they don't slide around the tree when we're tightening up our wire. So the next step of the process, we're going to use a gripple. What we're going to do is we're going to put the gripple onto the wire, and then we're going to feed the wire through the pipe, once again below the nail. Once the wire comes through the pipe, we're going to bring the pipe wire around. We're going to put it in the other side of the gripple. What we want to do is we want to leave about 6 inches of wire stick out of the gripple. That way, if we ever have to get onto it with a gripple tool to tighten it up, we can. The nice thing about using the gripple on the end tree anchor is it holds our wire in place. No matter how tight we pull on this wire, we will not take our wire back and girdle our tree. So our wire is basically held in place with the gripple. So now we're going to go back down to the opposite end. We're going to spool off some additional wire. Once again, same procedure on this end to anchor. We're going to put a gripple on first. Then we're going to put it through our main line that's around our tree. Once again, underneath the nail in the main line pipe. We're going to feed it into our gripple assembly. Then what we're going to do is we're going to simply pull the slack of our wire through. Get our tension started on our wire. Then we will use our gripple tool. The gripple tool sits behind the gripple itself. There's wire jaws and a ratchet. And then basically we work the handle. We bring our mainline tension, or our mainline wire up to tension. Once our wire is up to tension, we trim off our loose end. And that's basically how we're going to put up our mainline wire.